As well as good looks, he possesses the rare gift of befriending women. He has the knack of addressing them as if they were his equals and undressing them as if he were his superiors. It's from the Casanova biographer Judith Summers. Giovanni Giacomo Casanova, whose name forever became synonymous with a smooth-talking playboy, died on June 4th, 1798 at the age of 73. He packed a lot of living into those years. Along with his countless erotic exploits, he cavorted with the likes of Pope Clement XIII, Mozart, Voltaire, and Ben Franklin. Casanova documented his colourful romps and adventures in the innocuously titled History of My Life. Casanova started his life destined for the priesthood. He studied at Padua University and went to work for Cardinal Acquaviva, second only to the Pope in terms of power and influence. The young cleric lost his position over a scandal involving a young lady. He left for Constantinople and Corfu, beginning a lifelong penchant for world travelling, among other things. Living by his wits, charm, and exceptional good looks, Casanova made his way across Europe as comfortable in royal circles as he was among the seedy criminal underbelly. He suffered a minor setback in his 20s when he was imprisoned in Venice as a mason and for practicing the black arts, but he made a dramatic escape over the jail's roof and he hightailed it to Paris. Once there, he began styling himself as Jacques Casanova, the Chevalier de Saint-Gall. Of course, it's Casanova's amorous exploits that have made him a bit of a legend. According to his memoirs, he lost his virginity in a menage a trois with two lovely Venetian ladies, one of whom was soon to be married. Another of his lovers was a woman disguising herself as a castrato, a male singer castrated as a boy, so that she could perform as a singer. She also secretly bore Casanova's son. Casanova broke many a naive virgin's heart by promising his undying love and then hitting the road once the deed was done. He claimed he had to feel some spark of physical and mental attraction for a woman to bed her, but seemingly he had no trouble hunkering down with a prostitute or a stranger for a quickie. In 1760, his deeds had piled up, and it was time for him to move on from Paris. Casanova travelled all over Europe. He talked up the benefits of a state-run lottery to King George III in England with little success. He left the country with nothing to show but his troubles except for a raging case of VD. He settled in Venice in the 1770s, where he acted as a spy and an informant for the city inquisitors until 1782. Having squandered much of his fortune, Casanova lived in the Chateau of Dux from 1785 in the service of the young Count von Waldstein, a fellow Freemason and an occultist. While working as a librarian, he also penned his 3,700-page memoir, which is not only a juicy account of Casanova's many sexcapades, but also a fascinating glimpse of European Enlightenment society. As for his reasons for writing the work, he stated, "I begin by declaring to my reader that by everything good or bad that I have done throughout my life, I am sure that I have earned merit or incurred guilt, and that hence I must consider myself a free agent. Despite an excellent moral foundation, the inevitable fruit of the divine principles which were rooted in my heart, I was all my life the victim of my senses. I have delighted in going astray, and I have constantly lived in error, with no other consolation than that of knowing I have erred. My follies are the follies of my youth. You will see that I laugh at them, and if you are kind, you will laugh at them with me. I expect the friendship, the esteem, and the gratitude of my readers. Their gratitude, if reading my memoirs, will have given instruction and pleasure. Their esteem, if doing me justice, they will have found that I have more virtues than faults, and the friendship, as soon as they come to find me deserving of it by the frankness and good faith with which I submit myself to their judgments without in any way disguising what I am." Casanova died on the 4th of June, 1798. His last words were reportedly, "I have lived as a philosopher, and I die as a Christian." He was buried just outside of Dux in the graveyard of St. Barbara's Church, but the exact location of his final resting place has been forgotten. So I really hope you enjoyed that highlight history video. If you did, please do give us a like below and don't forget to subscribe. We've got brand new videos like this. Not quite on a regular schedule yet, but if you subscribe and hit that notification bell, you will find out about when we put them out. And as always, thank you for watching.